Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. So today we will read from Shishi Vilapa Kusumanjali by Raghunadas Goswami with commentaries of Anantadas Babaji. And it will be the verse 26. O Devi, goddess, can I, with steady hand, make red fragrant spots all around your tilak, that is the best, a chanting herb for Krishna? O Devi, O goddess, can I, with steady hand, make red fragrant spots all around your tilak, that is the best, a chanting herb for Krishna? Commentaries by Anantadas Babaji. In his Svarupavesh, Sri Raghunatha has placed the Sindura strip on Srimati's part, and now he sees himself making red spots all around her tilak. The deity of his vision appears before him. The only way to attain Raga Bhakti is a deep, sacred greed. And Sri Raghunatha's heart is filled with that intense yearning. The more the Raga Bhakta becomes filled with this great, anxious, devotional yearning, the more he forgets about his body and his home, and the sooner the time of his attainment of his beloved deity comes near. Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami's intense yearning for his Ishwari's darshan after she vanishes from him is a good subject of meditation for the neophyte devotees. The deity of Raghunatha's meditation is playing inside and outside of him. So this is one of the prayers like flowers of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami in this beautiful, sweet Vilapa Kusumanjali. And in this verse, we can feel through listening through our earrings how he is so close to Srimati Radharani, how his feelings towards Srimati Radharani are very, very intimate. We can feel through his sublime words his eagerness to attain direct vision and direct service to Sri Radhika. And also we can feel from his words his unlimitless humility. And above all these feelings which he is presenting, just in this simple verse, very simple verse, we can feel also his tears. His tears are watering his desire, his lobha, and his offering. He doesn't have anything else to offer to Radharani but his heart. And the tears are expression of his deep feeling in his heart. He doesn't have anything else, and he doesn't want anything else but direct service to Srimati Radhika. And in his Sadhakavesh, he is offering words, and also he is offering all his feelings, like we said before, eagerness, passion, eagerness. It's not normal eagerness, but very passionate, one-pointed eagerness. And also, this is the case of Premika Bhaktas, that hand by hand, with their eagerness, humility also goes. When materialistic person is eager for something to attain, usually he's not so humble because he's under the rajagun, under the passion, materialistic mode. And there is no place for humility in this passion, this kind of materialistic worldly passion. But the heart of Premika devotee, and especially the heart of Radhika's maidservants, are so pure that even when they are burning from desire, when they are burning from eagerness, automatically their natural humility appears. So here is a very intimate situation when Raghunath is decorating Radhika's face. He's decorating her eyes with eyeliners, with her lips, eyebrows, sindura, so many sevas he is doing just on Radhika's beautiful, brilliant, shining face. And this verse is so specific because so many things behind each word is hidden. And Raghunath is praying to Radhika, please, I want with steady hand to put reddish spots, fragrance spots, all around your tilak. So it requires steady hand. Who can have a steady hand for doing something? Person who is in deep love and he is completely one-pointed to give complete satisfaction, perfect, and by doing perfect seva to his beloved Ishtadev. This person has ability to have a steady hand because his eyes, his mind, spiritual senses, heart, everything is focused on that simple but very important seva. So Raghunath here is giving us, neophytes, aspirants, sadhakas, opportunity to meditate on his seva to Srimati Radharani. So I think that everyone will agree that now we have perfect chance and also time, because we took a time now from 12 o'clock, we took a time 1 hour, 1.5, 2 hours, actually for practical bhajan. By listening these words of Raghunath, by listening explanations of Anandadas Babaji, it's much more easier to practice bhajan because we have a support. And by knowing that our beloved Gurudev is there and our beloved God brothers and sisters are there, we're practicing bhajan without so much endeavor. When we are alone in the home, in the room, and we are trying to do this back practice of meditation, it's very easy to have many obstacles in the mind, all around us, and so on. It's very easy to be focused. But now, through our ears and relishing these words of Raghunath and Baba through our ears, we have possibility, my English is very broken, possibility to very naturally focus our mind and heart in this meditation, how Raghunath is perfectly doing his seva, intimate seva to Srimati Radhika. And to confirm this statement, Baba is saying he's giving us actually very simple instruction that this is a good subject of meditation for neophyte devotees. It's very good subject. Or we can say, for whom is a very good subject? For those who has completely fixed object, who have fixed their goal on Srimati Radharani. If we are not so fixed that we want Srimati Radharani, that we want to become Radha's maidservants, maybe it's not so good subject which can bring our consciousness on a proper tune. But if we really assign, like Gurudev is saying, and said, yes, I want that goal, and this is the goal of my life, then this kind of devotee who is ekanta will use this opportunity, or every opportunity, but especially when we are talking now, this opportunity to fix his goal on this beautiful, simple scene. Radhika is sitting, Tulasi Manjari is very close to her, face to face, holding Radharani's chin with her left hand. You know how much closeness and intimacy is there. And very with steady, not trembling hand, like Krishna is doing. No, with very steady hand is putting this spots, reddish spots. It's not in any other color, but specifically reddish. And one of the reasons why this color is so reddish is because Tulsi Manjari, by putting these spots, wants to express how Radharani's passion, anurag, for Mohan, to give him a pleasure, is burning in her heart. So these reddish spots around her tilak is very important seva. And this is paraphernalia for worshipping. Paraphernalia is not only incense, ghee lamp, fan. No, paraphernalia is everything what helps Radharani to attract Krishna more. Ornaments, eyeliners, lipsticks. This is paraphernalia for worshipping Mahabhava Thakurani. And when devotees are meditating on that, like Gurudev is saying, they can meditate even with the open eyes. They don't have to close their eyes. Meditation is in the heart, in the mind, not in the eyes. And when devotee has a deep meditation, he can meditate even with the open eyes. And he can see himself very close to Guru Manjari, how together they are observing this beautiful scene in which Tulsi Manjari is decorating Radhika with the reddish spots on her forehead. And this is the process of learning and practicing Raga Bhakti in the simplest way. I try to explain. Maybe someone can add and make much more clear. It would be very nice to hear the Gurudev or someone else. The deity of Raghunatha's meditation is playing inside and outside of him. Can we hear some sharing about it?
May I?
Yeah, whoever.
I appreciate that he has said that the deity is playing. It's such a lovely mood to be in play. You are relaxed when you are playing, and you don't know what will come out because it's a play. It's fresh. It takes us in, and we love to do it because it's a play. So it's really a happy maker, and it's inside in his heart. And Raghunath obviously is aware of this playing all around him too, not only with his eyes, but with his ears, with his smelling, with his whole perception. There's a play. The deity's playing. Not in our reverence, bowing down.
Yeah, this is very important what Sudevi said. Not with awe and reverence. And in the first words, in the words which Raghunath is using, and is addressing Radharani, and he said, "Oh Devi, goddess." But it's not Aishwarya mood. It's not the mood of awe and reverence, fearfulness. No, this is intimacy. You are goddess. You are worshipful. Love of my heart. When you love someone, I don't know in different languages how it sounds, but in Croatian language, when you love someone, you can freely, very freely, you can say, "I worship you." But this is English expression. But in Croatian language, there is, when I say, "I worship you, my dear Gurudev," it means I adore you. I love you so much. It's not that I formally worship you. So in that mood, Raghunath said, "You are my Devi, but you are also Devi." Like Sudevi said, because you are very playful. You are playful with Krishna, and yes, you are playful with my heart. And I like this playfulness. So when we, sadhakas, are relishing through our ears this kind of playfulness of seek and hide between Radhika and Kusumanjali, we can relish their intimacy. Because Radhika sometimes, according to her desire, appears and disappears. Appears and disappears in front of her beloved devotee. And when Raghunath is crying and praying to Radharani, "Please, when that day come, when I can do this and that and this and that seva," in one moment Radhika cannot resist, but she has to answer to her beloved maidservant. So this is something which nourishes the hearts of our sadhaka's hearts. And this is the greatest blessings and fortune. This playfulness we have to recognize by our heart and to appreciate.
Radha,
Uddhavaji, yes, Uddhavaji.
you saw on my face my eagerness, yes. Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Gurudev. Also very important what Sudevi is saying about play, because what she's describing is relationship. Relation cannot be an iron bar between two souls. It cannot be a prison in which two souls are contained. It's always moving in mood. It's always moving and coming and going, and like you say, hiding and seeking. And so I think that's very important to remember when we want to think of bhakti as a practice of relation, that we need to have play. We need to recognize that relation is play. Realize this. And it's also play. I think of this last line you read. Wait a minute. The deity of Raghunatha's meditation is playing inside and outside him. This means, I think, from the sadhikavesh to siddhavesh, so the material form to the spiritual form. So there's also a play there that we're flashing back and forth. Gurudev says ping pong. And we feel the tenderness, and we feel the longing, and we feel the missing, and then we feel the desire. And all this is, these are the qualities of relation. And these are not to be erased like they would in an impersonal idea of spirituality. In bhakti, we embrace these things. We embrace the playfulness. That's where we find loving devotion. Radha.
Yes, this is the effect, the symptom of love, especially pure love. Because Raghunath, he sees Radhika inside him, like Uddhavaji said, but he is also seeing her outside, everywhere. Everywhere reminds him of Srimati Radharani. Everything, what's going on, even in this material world, reminds him on different qualities, different part of her bodies, body, everything. And he, Raghunath, he sees his beloved deity in everyone's heart because he is completely infused with Radharani's love. So everyone who wants to approach to any kind of Supreme Personality of Godhead even, he needs a mercy of love. He needs mercy of Hladini Shakti. No one can approach any form of God without pure love. And the source of that love is Radhika.
And this means that as we advance in our spiritual path, we too begin to see Radhika everywhere. So I no longer see my Gauranga dear friend, devotee. I see in his eyes the eyes of Radhika. This is easiest in Guru. It's easy to see Radha in Gurudev's eyes. We all know this. But we begin to see it everywhere.
Because our eyes has to be filled with our beloved Ishtadev. When our heart and eyes are filled, then we can see in his presence or Ishtadev's presence in everyone's heart, in everyone's eyes, talks, and so on. Behavior. Also, behavior is so important. You can see different devotees, they have different behaviors. But Radhika's devotees, they are so sensitive. They are so tender. They have specific behavior. Even in Sadhakavesh, they are very kind, never quarrel, never envious. They always want to help, to serve, and to love. And they are not independent at all. They already offered their independency to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And they're not interested for any kind of independence in the name of love. And the funny thing is, and also sweet thing is, that Krishna, when he is with Radhika, he is offering all his independence. And he is saying, please teach me how to love. I want to dance according to your desire. Please model me. This is Krishna, to whom we want to worship and serve. So we can continue, if you allowed me. With love, Tulasi sits down before Swami. With love, Tulasi sits down before Swami, holds her chin with her left hand and begins to make fragrant red spots around her tilak with full concentration. How deeply she concentrates can be seen on her eyes, her face, and her hands. Practicing devotee should mentally sit next to her and to learn such expertise from her. We already mentioned this instruction. This is important instruction for bhajan. And Baba is giving almost in each commentary similar instructions. Maybe with different words, but same instructions. Practicing devotee should mentally, sadhaka, in his mind, in his meditation, sit next to her, to perfect manjari, and learn such expertise from her. This is Raga Bhakti. Why this is important at all? Because sadhaka is opening his heart to receive the feelings of Tulsi Manjari. This is Raga Nuga Sadhana Bhakti. To receive the feelings, not technique, not rituals, but feelings of perfect Manjari. Vraja Loka Anu Sarata. Rupa Goswami is saying in his book.
I I wouldn't feel qualified to sit in my meditation in front of Radharani. I'd have to sit at the first.
I didn't understand. What if I'm not qualified? Or what did you say?
I don't feel qualified to sit at the foot of
Yes, no one is qualified. Don't worry. Welcome to the club of unqualified devotees. No one is qualified, and don't worry, you will never be qualified. So you can forget it. No one of us will ever be qualified. And this is great relief. And also this is the playfulness of Radharani, you know.
Wow.
Because if we always trying and endeavor to be qualified, we will never develop pure love. Love is not something which has to be learned from the books, from the manuals. It's like it's not technique. Love is something which, first of all, exists in the soul. First of all, exists in the soul. We have to accept it. Then this kind of love can be more increased by listening about pure loving devotees and their activities of seva to Radha and Krishna. So this is the reason why this Shravanam is mentioned first, second, third, because without Shravana, all other activities will be not successful. But if we open our ears and we try to listen through heart, not mind, you know, because if you want to become qualified, then you are trying through the mind. And it will never happen. But if you open your heart to the heart of pure, perfect devotee, then one mystical thing is going on. His pure feelings, his pure qualities, slowly but surely starts to manifest in the heart of sadhaka, unqualified sadhaka. And this is the reason why, oh Gurudev,
beautiful.
This is the reason why Raghunath is saying that only qualification, you see, now we come to the qualification. Only qualification is just desire.
Greed.
Lobha.
Greed.
Yeah. Please, Gurudev, I don't understand what does it mean.
Greed.
Greed, Gurudev says. Radha, may I say something?
Greed.
Yes, please.
Desire and greed is the same word.
Desire and greed is the same word, Gurudev says.
Yeah, I understand words. I understand words, but I don't understand the process. How it works.
I feel also we are actually not sitting with our coverings because our coverings will never go out. So, but we are sitting there in our svarup, in our soul consciousness. Then anyway, we are pure. Coverings will be never pure. So, Gauranga Sundara, I asked you, we shared last time this beautiful topic, this mercy. You remember about the mercy that mercy is just causeless.
Can I say a little bit mercy? Okay. Yes.
What?
And Anandaji, whoever wants there, I don't see you, everyone. Please just share whatever comes to you.
But you remember what we talked? Yes?
Kalindiji, I know your point, but I don't remember, the details. Please remind me,
That mercy is not depending on our coverings or our personal where we are, or it's coming anyway. It's not bound to some material.
Mercy depends only from mercy. Kripa is coming from Kripa. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay. Janandaji, please say something.
But you say.
You said, you're beautiful. Very beautiful.
No, sorry, I'm torturing everyone. No, please. I want to protect you from myself. Radha.
You want to say, no?
Oh, that's amazing. That I can meditate with greed and desire and mercy. I can sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jai Ho.
Go on, stop.
Muy bien.
What is it?
Now Kinkoriji came.
No, really.
¿Yo tengo aparato? ¿No?
I'll leave it up. So, no problem. This is how they can.
So Gauranga Sundaraji explained so nicely. Mercy is no cause. And mercy comes from mercy. And this Manini Didi explained, I feel no qualification to meditate or sit near with Radharani. But I feel by the mercy of Kusumanjali, Gurudev make us to sit near with Radharani and to meditate and to serve our Ishtadevi. So we are discussing a little bit with Jagatan Devi. Actually, we cannot be sadhana siddha because we cannot do any sadhana, honestly speaking. We are so fallen. And only mercy of Sadhu Guru Vaishnava make us fit and near to be with Swami. And Gurudev was a few days ago told us how to go deep in meditation or how to go deep in understanding in this verse. And Gurudev was saying very interesting. You meditate with Gurudev. I am serving this. With Gurudev or with Kusumanjali. Maybe we are better to think with Gurudev, not alone. For example, say, sometimes so we are going to some big meeting with Gurudev. I don't know anybody that big meeting. Gurudev knows this big meeting, big personality. Then Gurudev calling me, hey Jayananda, come with me. I can show you all big personality. I can introduce you all big personality. Then I have no endeavor, just following Gurudev and just sitting with Gurudev and Gurudev to everything, introducing me. Like Narottama Das Thakur saying, my Guru Manjari introduced to Rupa Manjari. So I feel only mercy could do like this. Only by the mercy we can meditate. By the mercy we can do sadhana. By the mercy we can sit near our Swami for some seva. So this is about mercy. Now I'm feeling. So Gauranga Sundara explained so nicely. I was just hearing so in good meditation. Radhe Radhe. So.
Radhe Anandaji for this more clarification.
May I hold in to contemplate about this scene that Tulsi is holding Sri Radha's chin this is also in mundane relationships a seldom gesture to hold the chin of someone. It's more from an adult to a child. And Tulsi, this small girl, she is standing, Sri Radhika is sitting, and she is, as an adult, holding Sri Radhika's chin. How sweet is this scene? And Radhika accepts this seva.
Yes, thank you, Sudev. Because Radhika surrendered herself to maidservant. Otherwise, how, if she doesn't want to surrender to her beloved maidservant, how maidservant can make perfect seva? It's not possible. In that moment, Radhika says, I am yours, completely yours, my dear Kinkari. And Tulsi said, yes, you are mine. And because you are mine, I will do exactly what you need, what you required, because I know your heart. And I will take care about you. I will take care about your ornaments, about your sindura, dots on the forehead. I will take care about your dress, lotus feet, everything. And finally, I will take care to bring you on the place where your lover is waiting you. So I'm sorry, Radha, but you have to surrender to me. This is Unattojval Rasa. Who can say this? From all different devotees, Raga devotees, Ragatmika devotees. Only Manjaris can have such an intimate, like Sudevi said, such an intimate, sublime relationship with Radhika. And this is the greatest gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Without him, we would never ever listen, know about these lilas, about these feelings, relationships, and especially about this Manjari Bhav. And I will read now what's going on. The next. The Goswamis are the gurus of Yugala Seva. Goswamis are the gurus of Yugala Seva. And the greatest aspiration of Gaudiya Vaishnavas is to follow in their footsteps. To really be Gaudiya Vaishnava, to really be Gaudiya Vaishnava, requires from the person to accept the mood, spiritual, inner mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Radharani, and also his relishing of Manjari Bhav, and then his desire to spread this Manjari Bhav to all unqualified jivas in Kali Yuga. This means Gaudiya Vaishnava, who is following Rupa Raghunatha in the Sadhaka Vesh like Goswamis, but knowing that they are actually Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Vilasa Manjari, Manjari, up to my beloved Guru Manjari. This is real Gaudiya Vaishnava. And here is two verses. How Gaudiya Vaishnavas are following the footsteps. It said, I will blissfully serve with Priya Sakis, not alone, with Priya Sakis, dressing their limbs nicely. There means Yugala Kishore, nicely. Keep me at your lotus feet for this devotional service amidst your beloved girlfriends. I want to be in their Sangha. They are my Sangha. I want to be surrounded by them. Then in other words is, I always stay with the Sakis as if I am their maidservant, shadow of the shadow of Radharani. playfully serving divine couple in different ways, with fragrant sandalwood pulp, jeweled ornaments, and silken garments. Full surrender to the sakes will take one-pointed devotee along to the kingdom of love and bless him with the gift of their company and association of Yugala Kishore. One more time. Full surrender to the sakes will take one-pointed devotee along to the kingdom of love and bless him with the gift of their company and association of Yugala Kishore. How can we approach Yugala Kishore without company of their beloved maidservants? So the Raga Nuga Sadhana Bhakti means that we should have a goal to serving Radharani and her beloved, but in the company, association, close, intimate association of those who are already her maidservants. Vrajaloka Anusarata. And sometimes it's very difficult to follow anyone. We don't have faith enough. We don't believe. And even if we have this faith is very weak, Komal. So when the faith is weak, it's very hard to follow someone. But if we really have a faith, automatically love will increase, hope will increase, and following will be more natural and spontaneous. Artificially, it's not possible. It's not possible to follow specially someone who is diving in the pure ocean of pure love without strong conviction and deep love and intimacy. And for that reason, we have to practice first with those devotees who have the same goal, but also we have to practice this kind of loving intimacy with our Guru. Otherwise, this following can be very, very artificial, superficial, and it's really not following. When Acharya is saying, please follow the footsteps, it means please follow the emotions which are coming from the heart of that person. And when you are situated yourself in their company, like Narottam Das Thakur is always saying in Prema Bhakti Chandrika, I want to be surrounded with you. I'm waiting their hints of your sakis, to give me which kind of seva to do. Then association of Yugala Kishore starts to become more intense and more intense and more intense. Narottam Das Thakur sings, Vrajapura Vanitara, Charana Ashraya Sara, Koromana Ekanta Korea. Ekanta, fix your mind on the girls of Vraja and take shelter of their lotus feet. Fix your mind. It means I'm living my bodily conception of life. I'm living my mentality of Purusha, Abhiman, and I'm accepting the mood of young Vraja Sundari, Radharani's maidservant, young girl, who has her own superior Saki, and who is doing his seva by waving the garland, and then I bring that garland to my superior Saki, Guru Manjari, and she is putting around the necks of Yugala Kishore. And in that way, I feel completely, naturally situated in my position. And she is always saying, don't worry, I'm taking care about you. My cottage is your cottage. Whatever you need, I will supply. I will protect and be with me. So we can see here we have to change identity. I'm not a man. I'm not controller. I'm not a woman. I'm not enjoyer. I'm not controller. I want to become just maid servants of the maidservant, of the maidservant, of the maidservant. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, I'm not this Brahmana, I'm not this sannyasa, I'm not Vanaprastha Brahmachari. So, I'm dasan. It means I'm deeply situated in Manjari Bhav. And Narottam Das Thakur is confirming and say, fix your mind on the girls of Raja and then take shelter of their lotus feet, of their feelings, their heart, their way of Manjari thinking, their way of Manjari feeling, their way of Manjari serving. Take a shelter. So Baba is continuing, if there is no one who wants to say and add something.
So our Gauranga Sundara explained very beautifully. And you mentioned following footsteps means following the mood. So when we are practicing Vaidhi Bhakti, we are following footstep means following the teaching. That's all right. But actually in Raga Bhakti means to follow footstep of previous Acharya means, you said, I think correct, following the mood of our Acharya. Oh. And to associate sadhu sangha means to imbue in that sadhu's mood. So, and Gurudev saying to associate Gurudev means steal or imbue Gurudev's mood. That is following footsteps.
But Krishna is following the mood of Radhika. But no. Krishna is following mood of Radhika.
So Krishna is following the mood of Radhika. Because Krishna is not God. Krishna is like a puppet of Radhika. Subject, object, and subject change it. And Krishna is worshipping Radhika. Krishna is following Radhika. And I just now listening to you, Gauranga Sundara, so beautiful explanation. I was just feeling, we many times said, Sri Chaitanya Manobishta. So, and then I was start thinking, oh, maybe Sri Chaitanya Manobishta means real Manobishta, one real Manobishta means, because Chaitanya's teaching us Manjari's mood. So one of Manobishta is following the mood of Radhika, means not actually Manjari. So, and then Rupa Goswami is following this Manjari, actually his leader. And Raghunatha Das was following Sri Chaitanya Manobishta. And also this is Rupa, following Rupa. And we are following Rupa Raghunatha line. Means we following his mood. We try to steal Raghunath Das Goswami's mood. We try to follow his mood. So this is Gauranga Sundara explained very nicely. And I really appreciated it.
Now Baba is giving another point. In Sadakavesh, devotees also anxiously pray at the Sakhi's lotus feet, in their Sadaka Rupa as the Goswamis. And he is giving example. Kaha Mora Swarup Rupa, Kaha Sanatana, Kaha Dasa Raghunatha Patita Pavana. In Sadakavesh, this is very important. Where are my Swarup Damodar? And where are my Rupa and Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Das Goswami, the savior of the fallen? This is the mood of Sadaka. He didn't say, where is Lalita instead of Swarup Damodar? He didn't say Rupa Manjari or Lavanga Manjari or Tulsi Manjari. No, it's sadhaka wish. I want to be close with these personalities, greatest personalities. And how I can be close with them? Only possibility is through their words, which are written in their Jew-like books. And because their words are transcendental, they have a power to penetrate in my heart and melt it. So it requires that sadhaka loves these Gaudiya Vaishnava acharyas. Like we love some poets, artists, musicians. We love them. It's not only that we love their art, but we love them also. Devotee is in love with Rupa, Raghunatha, Sanatana. And I will give you one example. How this deep love is so intense. When Krishnadas Kaviraj heard that books of Goswamis were stolen, he couldn't tolerate it. He couldn't tolerate that these jewels, real fortune, is stolen. And he simply left his body. He is showing how he was attached to Goswamis in their words. Sometimes people who has a lot of money and suddenly because of many reasons they lose all their money, they simply die because they're so attached, they're so in love, and they simply die. Or when they lose someone whom they love so much. In the similar way, devotees are attached to each other. Real Premika devotees are attached to each other. And Krishnadas Kaviraj, he left the body because he just heard that books are stolen. He couldn't tolerate it. So it shows very clearly, like example, that this attachment for acharyas, Goswamis, gurus, our Rasik devotees, Rasik gurus also, has to be very, very intense. And without attachment for this kind of devotees, which we have to feel deeply in the heart, attachment for Yugala Kishore will not appear. Because Yugala Kishore is always living in the hearts of their loving devotees. And where can we find Yugala Kishore if we don't have loving attachment for their loving devotees? Then Kripa starts to flow in the waves. And devotee is able to receive so much Kripa because he already prepared his heart to receive this Kripa. It's not leaking through the holes. No. When Sri Raghunatha says, "O Devi," he means, "O Lilamai," which means, "O playful girl." These red spots are a great medicinal herb for Sri Krishna. Your Mohan will go crazy when he sees you dressed in this way. He will go crazy while playing with you, and that play will be unhindered. Yes, and that play will be unhindered. Many people, in other words, other gopis in this case, use occult methods for enchantment. And therefore, we will give him this herb that will drive him crazy. It will remove all obstacles and nobody else will be able to attract him. Blessed is this maidservant who enchants Srimati in such a way, immersing her into the ocean of bliss. So many people, even the gopis, are using many occult magic methods to put a spell on Krishna. But when Tulasi puts the red spots around on the forehead of Srimati Radharani, he becomes immediately crazy, mad, and under her control. So this is the effect of beauty and sweetness of our Swami. Because through these red spots, all her passion is just bursting out. And Mohan cannot be peaceful. Jiva Goswami explains the name Krishna as follows in his commentary on Brahma Samhita. He who is attracting everyone's hearts with his form and qualities and gives the greatest transcendental bliss is called Krishna. Another, more conventional meaning of the name Krishna is Sri Devaki Nandana, the son of Devaki or the son of Yashoda, because Devaki is another name for Mother Yashoda of Braja. The Vasudeva Upanishad declares his all blissful nature by saying, Devaki Nandana delights the world. That delight is purely transcendental and exclusively perfect in Sri Krishna. In other words, it cannot be found in any other form of God. Only love can awaken waves of desire in this pure ocean of transcendental bliss. So Baba explained through the meaning of the name of Krishna, he explained his position, that he is attractive to everyone. But now he said only love can awaken waves of desire on this pure ocean of transcendental bliss. But no one can attract Krishna without love. Sri Radhika is the personification of complete, condensed prema rasa. She is the quintessence of love of God, called Mahabhava. And it is this Mahabhava which serves as an intoxicating herb for Krishna. Whatever falls in the ocean of nectar becomes immortal and nectarian. And similarly, the spots that are made on Sri Radhika's forehead, which is an ocean nectarian Mahabhava, become a chanting herb for Krishna. So speciality of the spots, it's not because they are just the spots. Speciality of the spots because they are on the forehead of embodiment of Mahabhava. This is the speciality of this kind of ornaments. Usually we are putting ornaments to become beautiful, to become sweeter and nicer. But Radhika gives sweetness and beauty to the ornaments. She is giving her intense Mahabhav through these spots, and because of that, Krishna is so attractive and becoming mad. And what is happening? He is coming in contact with Shringar. He is becoming Radhika's Shringar, ornament also. Whatever comes in contact with Mahabhava becomes Mahabhava. So when we put earrings, rings, or I don't know, red sindura, this red sindura becomes automatically Mahabhava. But when Krishna is in contact with Mahabhava, he is becoming Radhika's most beautiful ornament. He is infused and modeled according to desire of Mahabhava.
Don't disturb, okay.
Yes, please. I cannot see and hear. Someone wants to say? No? Okay. Sorry for interruption. So this is the beauty of Shringar. We know for Shringar it's like ornamenting. Radhika, Mohan, Yugala, Kishore. We know also when they are together, they exchange these beautiful, loving, amorous pastimes, which are we calling Shringar Ras. Because the loving pastimes between Radha and Mohan are the best ornament in all three worlds. When they are embracing each other, they are ornament of this existence, material and spiritual existence. And who is doing this seva? Radharani's maidservant. Because she is seva rupaya. Serving Shringar with Shringar Ras and making that both of them are diving in this ocean of Shringar. Gurudev will say, this is the subject for deeper meditation. Anything going on in the room? Whatever falls into an ocean of nectar becomes immortal and nectarian. And similarly, the spots that are made on Sri Radhika's forehead, which is an ocean of nectarian Mahabhava, become a chanting herb for Krishna. Tulasi is the teacher of love for the Yugala Kishore. Wow. Tulasi is the teacher of love for the Yugala Kishore. Janandaji, it's interesting how the roles are changing. Una Tojwal, and someone who is in the mood of Una Tojwal, he's the teacher of love for Yugala Kishore. Yes, but now I lost myself. Tulasi is the teacher of love for Yugala Kishore, and she thinks these spots will make sure that Krishna will not be attracted to any other girl. All these obstacles will be crossed over, and you will be able to meet him freely. You see how Manjari is supporting Radhika? How she's taking a care about Radhika? Because you are mine. I'm sorry. You already surrendered to my seva. Radha Anukulena. Not only Krishna Anukulena, Radha Anukulena. Whatever beneficial for you, Manjari will do. Although Radhika's chief rival, Chandravali, also has Mahabhava for Krishna, Tulasi is always proudly aware of fact that her mistress Radha can attract him more with her strong feeling of minus. So, what should we do? Maybe we can stop here to not be so much overloaded. I don't know. What is your suggestion? 1.5 hours sounds quite a lot, especially to listen so much me,
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Someone agrees? What Gurudev is saying?
Yes, please.
We should know when to stop, Gurudev, isn't it? Or someone, yeah.
You speak very, very clearly and nicely. Right?
You make so much crazy to us. Why you become so crazy?
You infuse this madness.
I'm so happy with you. My big hug and love to you. She is the teacher of love. Manjari teaches the love to Jugala. Wow. Beautiful. I'm very proud of you. Wow.
This is Baba's words. And you gave us just to contemplate on these beautiful words. Yes, Mataji, please say.
Thank you. You speak very clearly. It's really, you spoke to me. Anyway. Radhe.
Gurudev was saying, why you make us so mad? Gauranga Sundara make us so mad. And actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita say, Radhika's Prema Guru, Amishishanat. Then you say, Tulasi, Manjari is Guru of Yugala. This is glorification of Manjari Baba, Unnato Ujaru Rasa. This is, you are really disclosed.
This is the gift of Chaitanya.
Yes, this is the gift of Chaitanya.
And still we are with the philosophy 5,000 years back.
Still, many devotees was attaching Gopi Baba, a philosophy of 5,000 years ago. But you are disclosing 500 years ago Mahaprabhu's precious gift for us. And this Mahaprabhu mercy, any conditioned soul could become Manjari Baba. Could get this Manjari Baba. So this is Ananta Das Bhavaj Maharaj and Acharya saying. So you make us smart. So I am really appreciate. Thank you very much.
Rendaji, I was thinking about what you said very deeply. Mahaprabhu gave every jiva in Kali Yuga chance, opportunity, without any condition to become Radharani's maidservant. That's true, like you said. But for those who wants that, and not ordinary desires to become Radharani's maidservant, it must be burning, passionate, yearning for that. So I'm coming back on Mataji's qualification or no qualification commentary where she gave. Only qualification is our desire. Opportunity is here, but it's up to us. Do I want or I have other plans? Are you agree, Jayanandaji?
Of course, we agree. So Narayan Maharaj said, we have greed. But we are discussing many there is many Gaudiya Vaishnava. They saying, I am follower of Rupa Nuga devotees. But really amazing to really practicing this Bhava Ura Sarasa is not so many, actually very rare. So this is, I think, special mercy and of our Guru Dev and our Guru Parampara. That's I may say.
Yeah, yes. We are so fortunate to have our Gurudev because he opened our eyes to really understand what is really written and already written in the books. But he opened our eyes with his Manjari Bhav. Without his Manjari Bhav and his merciful revealings, we would not understand anything, even in front of our eyes. And that is why we should be convinced and faithful. Rasic devotee has to remove covering, and Rasic devotee has to infuse the heart. Then devotee, sadhaka, aspirant, beginner, can start to dive in the words of Rasic devotees. Otherwise, it's not possible. We can read, we can know by the heart and mind from first page to the last page, all verses, all commentaries, left and right, up and down, but nothing will change the heart. The drop of mercy of Rasic devotee can remove the covering. And we are very fortunate to have our beloved Gurudev here. I will stop. Radhe, Radhe. Gurudev, thank you very much that we had the opportunity to hear you just little. But also your silence is also very loud. I can feel it.
Yeah. I don't know what you are telling, but I'm so happy to listen to that.
Gurudev, I also don't know what I'm telling.
Yeah.
If you... I'm sorry. I'm foolish.
24/7 duty, because I talked with my Lalli and Hari Mohan yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
All details I know.
Okay.
25th will be good.
I
Are you
hope,
hungry?
Gurudev.
Wow. Very
Yes.
nice.
I hope by your mercy, Gurudev, Nitai's mercy.
24 hours. I need your service. 24 hours. More deep we have to do.
Jai.
You are free, Radharani, make you free of it.
Wow. Jai.
You have to give more time, more classes.
Jai. Jai ho. Jai ho.
Gurudev, my words are pretty empty. You know that. When heart is
Yeah.
empty, words are also empty, you know. So you have to infuse, and I need the kripa of Jayanandaji and all other devotees to be infused. Otherwise, what is the use of empty words?
See,
Flow.
they bring this book.
Ah.
What is this? Nectar of Devotion.
So today, Kishori bring one book, Nectar of Instruction, Upadeshamrita. And this book describe about Manjari. Last verse describe Manjari.
This line.
Such a beautiful commentary of Prabhupada.
So
Prabhupada, ki jai.
this page is Janana Mahal 104,
Okay, 104.
up part.
Last words, I remember. I never forget this. Please read.
Maybe little.
Give to Jagata.
You can.
English is
You
better.
want to read Jagata?
Jagatam will read.
Yeah.
She has to understand more deeply. She is not
Could
fixed.
you,
She,
I can help you.
she don't believe Prabhupada's words.
Here. So maybe you can translate it.
Disciple means to follow the word. That is disciple.
Living entities who are eager to return home to the transcendental kingdom of God, Golok Vrindavan, by means of attaining their spiritual bodies, Siddha Deha, should live at Radhakund, take shelter of the confidential serving maids of Sri Radha, and under their direction,
Serving maid servant of Radha. Read again this word.
living entities who are eager to return home to the transcendental kingdom of God, Golok Vrindavan, by means of attaining their spiritual bodies, Siddha Deha, should live at Radhakund, take shelter of the confidential serving maids
Yes.
of Sri Radha,
Yeah, this is Mandir.
and under their direction engage constantly in her service.
Yeah.
This is the most exalted method for those engaged in devotional service under the protection of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah.
Wow.
Read more.
In this connection, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes that even great sages and great devotees like Narada and Sanaka do not get an opportunity to come to Radhakund to take their baths. What then to speak of ordinary devotees? If by great fortune one gets an opportunity to come to Radhakund and bathe even once, he can develop his transcendental love for Krishna, exactly as the gopis did. It is also recommended that one should live on the banks of Radhakund and should be absorbed in the loving service of the Lord. One should bathe there regularly and give up all material conceptions, taking shelter of Sri Radha and her assistant gopis. If one is thus constantly engaged during his lifetime. After giving up the body, he will return back to Godhead to serve Sri Radha in the same way as he contemplated during his life on the banks of Radha Kund.
The Radha, not Krishna, you see that. Read again this line.
If one is constantly engaged during his lifetime, after giving up the body, he will return back to Godhead to serve Radha in the same way as he contemplated during his life on the banks of Radha Kund.
Jai.
What a clear thing. Very clear.
The conclusion is that to live on the banks of Radha Kund and to bathe there daily constitute the highest perfection of devotional service. It is a difficult position to attain, even for great sages and devotees like Narada. Thus, there is no limit to the glory of Sri Radha Kund. By serving Radha Kund, one can get an opportunity to become an assistant of Srimati Radharani under the eternal guidance of the gopis.
Jai.
Wow, this is very cool.
Yes.
And I want to make a comment. Is it okay? Or 1 minute, maybe two.
No, comment.
My
Okay, please.
constant question is, if one doesn't have the desire for this, how is it possible? One knows that this is the only
This
goal.
is the only goal in the
It's the only goal, but if one has no desire,
then never will happen. Next life, maybe. Desire has to be there. Is the association condition. So no desire is coming. Wrong association to be. Association make desire. Narayan Maharaj is right. Wrong association. Ego is there. Wrong association is there. So desire not come. We have to
Radhe Gurudev. Radhe, we are in the nice association to develop our desire here. Radhe. Radhe.
Who is there?
Dayamai.
Nayanidi.
Nayanidi.
Listen about Jayananda Maharaj. Yeah.
I want a little comment.
Yeah.
So this book, Prabhupada was in the preface. He writing September 20, 1975. My understanding, this book was produced after making Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. That means, of course, he was writing Bhagavatam, but he could not make it, could not complete it. He stopped it, 10th canto, I think 14th chapter. 10th canto, 14th chapter. So this book means one of last book of Prabhupada, except Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah,
So means, Prabhupada is one of the conclusion book.
Jai ho.
Yeah, Prabhupada.
Jai.
So especially last verse is conclusion of this book, and this book made by Prabhupada one of last book. So this means last message of Prabhupada we may understand. So this very clear. Prabhupada want to us to become Radha Dasi.
Yeah.
Jai.
That's my feeling.
Jai.
This is the quintessence of all Prabhupada's teaching, which is mentioned in this book. If someone doesn't understand this book, he will not understand his first book.
Wow.
Proper understanding of this book means quintessence of all Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta conclusions, like Maharaj said. And he is mentioning, as I remember, I don't have here, he is mentioning, to prove his conclusion, he is mentioning Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and Bas. And he said, in one moment, devotees told him, what do you want to do?
Please go on.
One devotee asked him, what do you want to do, Prabhupada, with these books, with this book? Because it's so confidential. And Prabhupada said, I want to print in 100,000 pieces and distribute to everyone. And then devotee, he said, Prabhupada, but it's not okay. This is very confidential, secret book. It's not that everyone knows. You have to go in Sankirtan with this book. So, this is the proof. Who was the Prabhupada? Like Radha Kunda is not mentioned for the temples, like he said, for the preaching. Radha Kunda is for meditation and relishing.
Wow! Wow, beautiful.
Jai Prabhupada.
This is
Our Prabhupada.
This is Prabhupada.
Radhe Radhe. I have to leave. I'm sorry.
Radhe Radhe Go.